you're an agency owner that does Facebook ads and you're chasing the lowest cost per lead you can possibly get, then I'm sorry, this is going to be a bit of a rude shock to you because that is not the best way to run ads. And I'm going to explain why right now. So hi everyone, I'm Uncle Jimmy. I've been running my SMMA agency, My Online Guy, now for over 8 years. And I've literally taught hundreds of SMMA owners and agency owners like yourself on how to do service delivery properly over at my group on School. You can see that in the description. It's completely free. Go and join it. And what I do on these videos is I basically just, on my evening walks, I give people my thoughts on different topics that I see pop up in the SMMA space. The more meatier videos are in playlists, and you can see those if you go and subscribe to the channel. But let's get into the topic of today. I was in a group coaching call the other day, and I swear I get this question probably twice a week in my coaching calls. And the question is, Jimmy, how can I reduce my cost per lead? And the first question I ask people is, why do you want to do that? Or what is the trigger for wanting to do that? And they're like, oh, my cost per lead is out of KPI. And then I ask them, okay, so what is the KPI of your cost per lead? And they come up with some arbitrary number that they've made up to fit their guarantees. Is mainly what happens is they have a number and it's, oh, it needs to be $12 because to get the amount of leads I need to fulfill the guarantee, it needs to be $12. I'm like, the market doesn't really care what your guarantee is. So let's scratch that thought process about what your cost per lead needs to be. The next question I ask them is, why is that number too high? And then a lot of times that's where it falls over. Generally it's, oh, I watched this YouTuber XYZ and in his videos he says the cost per lead for real estate needs to be $7. I'm like, okay, awesome. Is he getting quality leads for the $7? Is he in the same market as you? Is you targeting the same demographic? There are so many factors that affect cost per lead that you can't just rely on what someone else says your cost per lead should be. And you got to remember that cost per lead is an indicative number, right? It's a number that indicates other things. You can't really directly affect the cost per lead because it's not a number that has a lever attached to it. You can affect click-through rate, which lowers your cost per lead. You can affect your click-through rate, all that affects your cost per lead. You can affect your conversion rate, which affects your cost per lead. But cost per lead itself is an indicator. It's an indicator of those things and your budget to a lesser extent. I want to propose something to you guys. If I turned around and said to you, I could get you leads that cost $100, but they are 100% guaranteed to convert and they're super high quality, or I can get you leads for $20 and 1 in 8 will convert and the quality will be iffy. Which one would you prefer? Would you still be trying to get the $20 lead? Or would you be like, actually, I'm okay with paying $100 per lead if the quality is good? Most agency owners will take the high quality lead every day of the week because they know how hard it is to keep a client happy. And this is the thing with cost per lead. If you're paying a higher cost per lead and your click-through rate is high and your conversion rate is good, then you're paying the market rate for that lead. Because you've got to remember that there's a whole bunch of people advertising to try and get that lead. And it's not just you as a real estate agent. It might be a car company. It might be someone selling a piece of software. It's whoever's trying to target that demographic. And they decide what the cost of that lead actually is. And all because your customer or what you've promised doesn't align with that number, doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting a bad cost per lead. It could be a really good cost per lead. Because what I've found over time is that if I have a really high click-through rate or a decent click-through rate, and I have a high conversion rate, and my costs and my click-through rate, and my link click-through rate are really good, generally I find that I'm paying for decent quality leads, even if they are more. And so don't just look at the number as like my cost per lead is X and that's too high. You need to look at it as an indicative number, which is what it is, and compare it to the quality of the appointments that you're booking from it. So if you're paying $100 a lead and you book every second appointment that comes through, then realistically your cost per lead is like $50 a lead, right? Which may be actually really good. And you might be trying to chase $20 a lead by massaging the times a day you show up. And there's ways of dropping your cost per lead, by the way, to make it look better. But you may find that person that you get at 2 in the morning because you're only willing to pay so much is horseshit and they're no good and they won't convert. And next thing you need 6 of them to convert into 1 appointment or 1 sale for your client. So don't necessarily look at that because it fits what you've said to the client that you're going to be able to book them from an appointment level perspective and to fulfill your guarantee or whatever. The client doesn't care about that and the market doesn't care. Look at it from a quality perspective and go, am I getting value from that cost per lead? Am I paying $100 for that lead and is it worth it? That's how you need to look at this stuff. If you don't look at it like that, then you're going to be chasing something that may never be possible. It's very rare to get high quality leads and a low cost per lead. Facebook is way too sophisticated for that and way too good at making money to let you get away with that. What you need to do, if you have promised too much and your cost per lead is too high relative to what you promised, is promise something more realistic in the future. It's not Facebook's fault that your cost per lead is high if your click-through rate is really good and your conversion rate is good. It is the fault of your ability to come up and interpret numbers and come up with decent guarantees and realistic offers. And the people that succeed in this space are the people that learn from that and go, next time I get a client, I'm going to make my guarantee lower. They're the people that learn from that. Or next time, when I have my conversations with my client before I start, I'm going to put the focus on quality because I know I can generate quality leads. I need to emphasize that. They're the people that grow as agency owners and end up with 7-figure agencies. So next time you're looking at your cost per lead and you're going, man, it's too high, just think about what Uncle Jimmy said. And remember, it's an indicator. Look at the other metrics and go, actually, next time, what I need to do is focus on the quality, dive a little bit deeper and go, am I getting value from that cost per lead that I'm getting? All right, guys, that was the end of my walk. I'm just staying here right now. I'm in South Korea. So that was a nice walk. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel and I'll catch you in the next video.